Yo, what's going on? It's your homie B from All Day I Play.
Kept you waiting, huh?
I'm here today to talk to you all about Nintendo, who of course is the king of mobile, right? So if we go way back in the day, you got the Game Boy taking on the Atari Lynx, taking on the Game Gear. You got Game Boy Color pretty much not having any competition. Game Boy Advance had a little bit of competition from, the Wonder Swan maybe, I don't know. Neo Geo Pocket maybe, I don't know. I liked it. I was digging the SNK versus Capcom card captors. That was my jam back in the day, I'm not gonna lie. And then of course, a little bit more modern, we got the PSP, which, my love for the system as well as the Vita were unable to, topple the king of mobile Nintendo with the DS and the 3DS. So, at the end of the day, no one's able to topple Nintendo at all when it comes to the mobile space. And right now, we got the Nintendo Switch, which just dropped about 2 months now, right? And that thing has sold 2.4 million units in its first month. That's crazy. That's unheard of. Nintendo's always that company where you can never be like, Nintendo ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. You can never count them out. Ever. When the Wii came out, everyone was like, what's up with this Wii? Even when the DS came out, everyone thought that the PSP was going to topple it, right? They thought it was going to smash it because Sony had this whole idea of, we're going to take home console graphics and put it on the go. That didn't really work out because it wasn't what Sony really said it was. It was a strong handheld device, don't get me wrong, but it was not anything to write home about unless you were trying to do, some homebrew, set up some emulators, get it on that end. Then of course it was a beast. So that brings us to smartphones, right? Because as we know, there was a time there where, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. Seemed like everything was gonna go smartphone, PS4 and Xbox One were about to come out and developers were really talking about, the mobile space, we're gonna really get in on there because, this game is doing good, that game is doing good. It didn't really pan out, right? It kind of came and went and, that's a different type of gamer, and I can even put gamer in quotes, and anyone who plays games is a gamer. There aren't really any casual, there aren't really any hardcore. Of course, as us as hardcore, we like to say we are the hardcore, the hardest of core. But I digress. Smartphone thing really didn't pan out for a lot of developers. And so we come back to, the consoles and the PC where they should be, where I personally think they should be. Because the mobile space, you don't have a traditional control. You got on-screen controls. It's not really as fluid as it could be. The experience isn't there. And so I'm glad in a way that the smartphone era of gaming kind of fizzled out. And we got these developers back onto where I think they need to be. So with the smartphone idea, Nintendo brings out Miitomo last year, right? Which was kind of a little quirky, I don't know if you want to call it social experiment, but it was all about, making your Miitomo similar to the Mii's on the Wii and dressing them up and, buying little hats and all this other fun stuff. Personally, I didn't get into it. Again, it's a mobile game. It's not my style. It's not really a game, a mobile experience. Let's say that. It's not my jive. You know what I mean? I don't really get down with that stuff right there. But after Miitomo, of course, we had Super Mario Run, which, Nintendo had announced at an Apple event. I believe it was when they were announcing the iPhone 7. I don't remember, but don't hold me to that because this is the internet and you will, but do not. Please. Thank you. We had Super Mario Run. Finally came out. It's pretty much just, an endless runner, side-scroller Mario game. Cool, but again, $10 price point. The smartphone gamer does not really spend bread like that. You know what I mean? They don't really get down with throwing down the ducats. You know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of like the free-to-play model where, Candy Crush, let's say. And then, of course, you had some other games come along that I can't name off the top of my head, off the top of the dome, because it's not my arena. It's not. But, it just wasn't what that type of gamer was looking for. And at $10, of course, a quality Mario product, $10 is cheap. But for that gamer, they're not spending money like that on that platform. So, it was successful. It had critical acclaim. People really enjoyed it, but it didn't have the power, that Nintendo, I think, initially thought it would be able to garner. You see what I'm saying? And then after that, Nintendo brought out Fire Emblem Heroes, which I've never really been into the Fire Emblem thing. A lot of it is on the 3DS, right there. But I don't really play those games because strategy RPGs are not my jam at all. I'm really telling a lot about myself right now. It's not my thing. I played Joan of Arc on the PSP. I enjoyed that. A little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day on the PS1, but it's not my jam. I get caught up in, oh, you gotta get this done in a certain amount of moves. I don't want to do that. I think I should be able to take my time and smash whatever I need to smash within the timely fashion that I would like it to be in. You see what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. That's not the case with a lot of these games, and so it just doesn't really grab my attention. So you might want to, throw shade at me, but I don't really care. It's not my jam, right? So after that, Nintendo, rumors coming up, Animal Crossing is supposed to be coming out at some point on the smartphone. But then today, some unconfirmed reports from the Wall Street Journal had, The Legend of Zelda coming to smartphones. Now, I don't know about y'all. Now, I really enjoyed Breath of the Wild on the Switch. Probably not as much as a lot of other people. That's just me. Oh, my hat. Whatever. Like I said, that's just me. I was playing some other stuff. Persona 5. What was that game I was playing? Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been playing a lot of that. What else am I playing? Overwatch, of course. And I kind of want to take my time with Zelda. To just I don't want to rush through it. And I felt like during that time when it was Horizon, then Zelda, then what else came out? Ghost Recon and Mass Effect Andromeda. There was just way too many open world, and then Persona 5 came out. It was just, too many large time sinking games that I really didn't want to rush through any of them. I got a family, I got my job full time, 40 plus hours, I want to take my time and enjoy these games for what they are. I don't want to rush through anything. And I think to rush through games is kind of giving, the developer a disservice. And the game itself, I want to see everything that I could possibly see. So, with that being said, Legend of Zelda on the smartphone. Now, we don't know what that's going to be like. I was reading some comments in a few areas. Some people were saying it was going to be columns or Tetris with rupees, or which is pretty hilarious. But who knows? It could be that. I doubt they would waste that IP on something like that. But you never know. The smartphone arena is a little bit different. You're not going to be able to, of course, to play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on a smartphone. That's not going to go down. That's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. But what is going to happen? I don't know. Do you know? Somebody knows. And until we know, collectively as a group, we're just left to speculation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty jazzed to see what that's about. I probably won't play it though. I'm just being 100 with y'all because it's on a cell phone. And I can't play games on a cell phone. Mainly because if I'm home, I'd rather have a controller in my hand. And then when I'm not home, I'm at work. So I can't really play at work. And then I drive, about a half hour, 45 minutes to work. I can't play games on my cell phone and drive on the highway. It's very dangerous to myself and others around me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not an area, and even though I have, the Vita here and I have, my 3DS, the handheld thing has never been something that I've really gravitated towards because of, my schedule. And I probably need to do a better job of just chilling out on the couch and pulling one of these out. And also giving some more cell phone games, smartphone games a chance. Because there are some hidden gems in there. and they aren't so hidden. I love Hearthstone though. That's the jam on the phone. But other than that, like, I don't know. You tell me, folks. You tell me, people. Tell me to sit down and tell me something I need to play on the smartphone that's really going to grab my attention. As you can see, the games that I just rattled off real quick, I need something that's like, big, which is usually not the case on the screen this big. I need something that has story. I like story. And most cell phone games are either tap, 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 or if they got the weird controls on screen, which, I gotta look at the screen to kind of be like, look at my hands and make sure I'm touching the right place. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to feel. I want to feel buttons. You know what I'm saying? I want to click, 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 click all around. You know what I'm saying? And feel a rumble in my hand. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I'm sure some people feel completely differently. That's why we were all given opinions, and I'm just giving y'all mine. So if you don't like it, my bad. But we cool, right? Right? So another thing that was on that report that's unconfirmed as well is a Pokemon trading card game. Now, me personally, again, you might be saying, B, why are you doing this video? Because all the stuff you're talking about is not your jam. But I feel like there's some people that are not informed, and I feel that it is my duty getting back in space in the video. You know what I'm saying? Over here on All Day I Play. Hat almost came off again, but I got it. I feel like, I should let people know who aren't as informed what is going on in the industry. A beautiful industry that it is. I love the gaming industry. It is fascinating to me. I'd love to get a job in it, but I have not been able to. But whatever. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. So, are you interested in The Legend of Zelda on the smartphone on the go, even though you can take your Switch on the go? Does it do anything for you? The Pokemon trading card game does sound rather dope, I'm not going to lie, because I do like the card format, like I said, on Hearthstone. I think the cell phone, or I keep calling it a cell phone. This isn't a flip, right? This is a smartphone. This is your Androids, your iOS's, your Windows Mobile. I don't know if that still exists. And I should, right? I should. Some people who know me know that I should. I should know. Without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't know. But like I said, are you interested in these two titles? And then Animal Crossing, of course. Should be dope on the phone. So, that's all I got for y'all today. Hit me up on All Day I Play. Holla at me at the comments below. Like and subscribe. And remember, people, to play all day. Peace out.